You know, we hear of atheism and people that deny God's existence a lot these days, but the reality is a majority of the world, even today, believes in a creator, a cause, a supreme being, you know, someone or something behind everything that exists. This is just a part of our human nature. It's been the same throughout history. Throughout history, majority of the world has always believed in a creator or cause. It's just natural. It's a part of our nature. However, many of us don't recognize and understand who this creator is. And it's very difficult to know everything about him ourselves. Yes, a part of an understanding of him is within our nature. The knowing that there is a creator, a cause, right? And to an extent, his oneness too. But to really get to know him, the only way we're going to do that is through revelation. When he himself, God himself, sends revelation. And this brings me on to a chapter of the Quran that I want to share with you guys today, which is the 112th chapter of the Quran, where God introduces himself. This was revealed at a time when some people came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and they asked him, you know, who is your God? What is he made of? Who is your creator, right? And then these verses were revealed, and these verses are profound because they tell us some very integral key things that we need to know about our creator, the one that made us, right? So anyone sincere watching this right now, anyone that has already acknowledged and knows just from the pure nature and from observing and looking at the world around them that there is something there, there is a creator there. I'm speaking to them right now. And what I want to share with you is these verses because they'll give you clarity on who this creator is. So God starts off in these verses by saying, say he is God, the one. Now I'm going to touch upon two words here briefly just to give us a more comprehensive understanding of them. Number one, the word God. Normally when you use God in the English language, it could mean anything, right? It could have 101 meanings. But in Islam, the word God uses to describe himself or his name, he introduces us, his name is Allah. Now Allah is the deity worthy of worship. He is the only one worthy of worship, the creator of everything that exists. He is the only true cause, the only creator. There is no other creator. So when I'm saying God, I'm referring to Allah. That's his name, okay? He says, say he is Allah, the one. And again, one, the word used for one here is a very unique word. It's called ahad. The word is ahad. Normally, the word used in Arabic for one is something else, right? But here, a very unique word is selected when God refers to his oneness. He says ahad. Now, ahad means one, but it's a unique type of one. It's a unique one. It's a one that you can't break into parts or pieces. It's a one you can't say, well, it's three in one or three distinct beings in one Godhead. No, you can't say this, right? It's a unique one. It's a one you can't break into parts. It's a one without the other. There is no other. This one is by himself. It's a unique one. And this one you can't correlate with or link with the physical creation, his creation. As soon as you start to do this, you lose the meaning of ahad. You can't say ahad anymore. Ahad is a unique one which is distinct and disjoint from his creation. It's not a part of his creation, right? So God says, say, just to summarize, say he is Allah, the only deity worthy of worship, the only God who is uniquely one. Then God says that he is absolute and eternal. The word used here in the next verse is samad. And again, this word is very deep, very profound, because it means absolute, it means eternal, but it also holds the meaning of that he is completely independent, free of need, perfect. He requires nothing or no one. He is perfect in himself. But everything else other than him, everything else in creation, everything that exists that he created is completely and utterly dependent upon him at every single moment of its existence. This is as-samad, right? And then God says that he doesn't give birth. He doesn't give birth, so we don't believe God had children, because he is the creator. He is all powerful. All he has to do if he wants something to be is to say be and it is, as he tells us in the Quran. So he doesn't go through any process like human beings do to create children and have children. It just doesn't make sense. Even from a natural perspective, from an intellectual, rational perspective, it doesn't make sense. So he says he has no children, he doesn't give birth, nor was he born. He wasn't created by anything else. He was eternal. He's absolute. And this is something the atheists make a claim. They say, well, okay, you say God exists. Well, who created God? Now, there's a few problems here. To accept God as an explanation, which God is the most perfect explanation of everything that exists, you don't require an explanation for an explanation. Otherwise, you'll never have an explanation, right? That being understood, putting that aside, the simplest way to answer them is, well, we don't believe in a created God. We're not postulating a created God. So why are you arguing for a created God? We believe in an eternal God who has no beginning, who has no end, who is the first cause. And then God finishes this beautiful short chapter, profound chapter of the Quran by saying, and there is nothing like him. There is no equivalent. You can't compare anything to him. Again, emphasizing what was previously mentioned, right? And this in a nutshell is a description God gives us of himself, and something we need to internalize and understand, and something anyone sincere and in line with their nature would already appreciate. Whatever I've said will make sense, that he is the only deity worthy of worship, the only God. He is all powerful. He is uniquely one. There is nothing like him. He doesn't give birth or have children like us human beings do. He is distinct and disjoint from his creation, and that he wasn't born. He is eternal. He is the first cause, and there is nothing like him. This will make sense to anyone sincere and anyone in line with their nature. So I ask you guys to reflect over the Quran for yourselves and let the Quran speak to yourselves, right? Put aside all the misinformation that's out there. Go to the source itself, be sincere, and God will indeed, God willing, He will guide you. He will guide all of us. And may God continue to guide us and guide everyone watching this video. Till next time, may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all.